But wait, there is more. 30th anniversary of ESP. Okay. The holy grail of action figures has always been, the one that was promised but never delivered, was the rocket firing Boba Fett. I have a personal tale of woe with Boba Fett. I got a lot of Star Wars figures as a kid, I'll be honest.
Shocking.
I was very lucky. I love Star Wars. Kept getting a lot of figures, and you built up all those action points. I mailed in for 6 Boba Fetts, and I kept doing it. They would come and they weren't rocket firing. What's wrong? I got to get the rocket firing. Now they'll send me a rocket firing, so I get it 6 times. And each time it came, it didn't have the rocket fire. And I was a kid, right? I didn't know that it was removed for safety reasons. Could never deliver it. So to this day, I love Boba Fett, but I have an unscratched need. It was never met. So we figured, what better way to celebrate the return of vintage, 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, give the fans what they've waited 30 years to get. And that is a vintage-style version of Boba Fett that actually is rocket firing. This will be a mail-in figure. Send in 5 proof of purchase from the vintage line, and we'll send you your Boba Fett. He'll be on a vintage card in a white mailer box. He will fire a longer rocket for toy safety rules. We can't do the shorter one as a launcher. But you can take that out and you can put in the dummy rocket to make him look just like the vintage Boba Fett figure. There'll be a few little differences because of modern manufacturing techniques. We couldn't actually replicate dead to nuts the original Boba Fett, but we came as close as we possibly could. So this is amazing. All the promotional stickers we peel off. They'll be on the vintage card. You can peel them off if you just want to see the character and all this glory. And we couldn't be more excited than to, what a great way to celebrate the return of vintage ESP. And so that's how it'll look like when it comes to you. Battle packs will continue for Legacy. We've got a couple of great ones coming out now. Desert Ambush, Birth of Darth Vader. And then we've got a hot pack coming out in August. So we've got some Darth Vader, new deco, and some troop builders in for the hot battles. And of course, Starfighter vehicles are the mainstay of movie line.
Yeah, so we've got some excitement here. We are coming out with a brand new tooled snow speeder. And this one is actually going to be accurately scaled. It's shrunk down from the previous versions. It has, it has 2 projectile launchers at the front. The big cannons are actually projectiles, and fits the 2 figures. And then on the back, it's very movie authentic, but you can actually hook on your tow cable launcher as well. So it has the launch. And then everybody's favorite welcoming committee from Empire Strikes Back, the Cloud Car. Now this is a welcoming committee, not super aggressive, but Hasbro, we like to play all the action. So we'll fit 2 figures, and we've added some more play to this vehicle. It actually will split apart, and you see 2 projectile launchers there on the front, and on the side of the cars, the outer side of the pod, it will pop out and has an additional 2 projectile launchers. So you can break them apart and sort of attack.
And that's because we told the design team we will never, ever release a Cloud Car because it's not an aggressive vehicle. So the team hid amazing amounts of weaponry and cool features in there. We said, okay, now's the time. Cloud Car.
All right, so Cloud Car.
All right, so that's it.
What else is going on?
That was like the Empire discovered our Rebel Command Center. And AT-AT. So we are very proud to show you
There's our baby.
the new AT-AT. This thing is absolutely unbelievable. So we're going to unveil it to you today. It has so many features. We will have this down in the showroom so you can take a look at everything about it. But
Yep, we'll get into more detail downstairs, but the big exciting things are, scale does matter. This thing is over 2 foot tall. It towers over the original AT-AT. So very exciting there. And not only that, the Empire didn't skimp on their, features and weaponry, so we didn't either. It's actually packed with all kinds of great electronics, sound effects, speech, really integrated to create a great immersive play. We've got buttons up here for sound. We've got some chain guns, so we can blow up some generators. It plays completely around the set and even has a deployable speeder bike out the back. Now, let's not forget the zip line that pesky Luke Skywalker has an opportunity to zip up there and try and fend us off. But, you know, all in all, a satisfying way to blow up some rebels.
Now, this was originally designed to follow the Millennium Falcon price point at $149.99 SRP. But you know, we looked at the market, and we knew that the turbo tank last year was coming out at $99.99, and we said that's really where we need to be. So the good news is we actually didn't change anything about the vehicle. We were able to do some things a little smarter, and we'll be delivering this at $99.99. So it's an amazing overachieving ticket. So kids, collectors everywhere will be able to get the ultimate AT-AT just as we envisioned for just under $100. And that's big, exciting news. Galactic Heroes will continue. We'll just quickly go through it. We'll have about, I think, 10 or 12 new 2-packs coming out through the course of the year. Give you a taste of what's coming in August. We're starting to get into some more of the Great Clone Wars figures. You have Cad Bane and Singh, but as well as some of the expanded universe, like the Republic Commandos. Kind of long overdue for their, you know, cute Galactic Heroes debut. And the cinema scenes, just to finish these off, these are the ones coming out through spring. We'll have Django the Slave one, and then we'll have Anakin's version of the F-3 Jedi Starfighter. And they will run through spring, and that'll make room for baby brother's version of the AT-AT. So big kid's going to get theirs, or dad maybe will get theirs, and then what's the little kid get?
This thing is adorable, and it's got electronics in it. It's got a opposable head, so it's just really cool. And it pops open so that you can play inside and has a speeder bike as well.
So cute. Okay. So then we want to talk about, we'll go quickly through some of our other expressions that we have, because it's not all about just the 3-4 And one thing that Vicki has been very involved in.
Really, you know, we're trying to hit Star Wars kids of every age and get a great play for everyone. So these are our Force Battlers, and they're really targeted to a younger Star Wars fan. So they're about 10 inches tall, so they're really easy to activate features, and they get across the character with a lot of electronics and stuff. So you can see Anakin actually has an extendable lightsaber, and whether that's out or in, he'll get different phrases for battle mode. Captain Rex, you know, has a communicator on his arm, so he can talk to Anakin, and he has an amazing recoiling gun, clone blaster. And Grievous, not to be outdone, he can take them both on at once. He's got a flywheel on the back and has double action spinning lightsabers. So
it's an amazing way for young kids to get their first deluxe.
Great dramatic play, with easy to activate.
In role play, many of you may or may not realize that usually a kid's first purchase in Star Wars is a lightsaber. Okay, it's the most successful role play weapon of all time. And we have an amazing lineup this year. So following our successful helmet program, we have the Boba Fett electronic helmet. It is awesome, so you can totally immerse yourself in the bounty hunters. So it's all about right now the Mandalorians and Boba Fett and bounty hunters. And then you'll have finally in our 1999 blaster assortment, Boba Fett's blaster as well. But the big new news is this guy right here. Actually won Roleplay Toy of the Year 2 weeks ago in the United Kingdom. So when we showed this at Toy Fair in the UK, the media, everybody went nuts. And this is going to be our big focus because it will totally re-engage kids in that Clone Wars fantasy.
This is well. This thing actually breaks apart.
It's a little finicky, but
yeah, it's real finicky.
That's just awesome. But the idea is not only can you finally fight like Grievous, but you can fight. You can take them apart, fight two-handed lightsabers, or combine them for a traditional dedicated lightsaber. It's an awesome tool. So Transformers crossovers will continue with a mix of refresh and new vehicles, including the first debut of Yoda Attack Shuttle. So can't wait to see him on show.
He's really cool.